This is for those who'd like a moment.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the historic 50th episode spectacular of the Good Bit podcast. We are here for episode number 50. Can you believe it? We're here, we've made it, we've not been cancelled or shut down. Not that would be particularly difficult, I would just need to say, no more pods. I've not said that for 50 episodes, so I'd just like to thank you all for joining us, and thank you for joining us over the past 49 episodes, and up until today, we here at number 50. Joining us today, ladies and gents, I think we have the two co-hosts, two panellists who have been on the most over the last 50 episodes. You know what I think?
Co-host?
Yeah. Well, you are.
I am.
Well, touchy subject.
Yeah.
No, the two guys who've been on the most, I think. No?
Yeah.
Over the last 50 episodes, we have Diabate Hoven, Ewan Ferguson, and Sexy Nips, Leanne McMaster. Forgot you changed the Lilo. It's Lilo, Leanne McMaster. It doesn't matter. Sex Nips is fine.
True.
We're here, 50.
We made it.
Thank you for coming. I know this is a special occasion. I wanted to get you two in particular to be here. Are you ready?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done about 50 podcasts alone.
What? Because I'm just never here.
No, I mean, I feel
That's
like
not how it works.
I've done 50 podcasts.
No.
You've not.
I know, obviously I'm not. I know, but
You've been on. I reckon you've been on about
I don't-
30 odd.
I don't think.
Actual.
Yeah. Actual. About 30 odd.
I don't think I've been on the most, but I'm just the most memorable.
That's the
I think I'm the most requested.
Incorrect. Had I not moved to Oban, I'd be the most.
You went on it quite a lot before you moved.
Yeah.
You know.
Here's a thought.
Go.
When this podcast first started, I was 19. I'm turning 22 next week.
It's cool, innit? We're about to turn 3 as a podcast in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad.
Crazy
I
times.
must have been a wee boy, 17.
Starting
You were?
back March. No, you
No,
just
you were
turned
18.
18.
You were 18, you were
March
18.
2016.
That's
Yeah,
my
so I
first
was like-
appearance.
Well, that was the first episode. That's a good segue actually, because I want to go back and have a look at the past 50 episodes and kind of reflect on some of the best memories and the best times over the past 2 years
Sounds
of the
good.
Good Bit. So I've got the playlist. There's a full playlist of episodes on CM42 TV if you want to go and check them out. But the first episode was March 31st, 2016. It was all about Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. But we called it Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Just Explosions. And it was episode 1. We filmed it in a little studio in college at the time. It was myself and Aaron D, who sadly could not make it today, but did text me out of the blue today, which I thought was funny. Because we're doing this today, I thought it was a sign, you know. Batman v Superman, you both saw that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it with Aaron.
Has your opinion now changed 2 years later of that film? Because I know we weren't a particularly huge fan base of that
I
film.
enjoyed it at the time.
So did I. I enjoyed it, I didn't love it.
I still, the only time I've seen it is the time that I've seen it in the cinema.
Me too.
Same.
It's just been put on Netflix though.
Oh, has
Really?
it?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was maybe going to go back and watch it, but I looked at it, it's like 2.5 hours. And I was like, no.
Yeah, because I think there's an extended version as well that came out on DVD.
No.
It's like over 3 hours as well. I just can't. I wouldn't watch any film like that, never mind one I don't particularly care for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that was the very first episode. Actually, the thing that started this, I had a podcast before The Good Bit. I started back in 2015. It was called By the Way, which is one of my favourite projects I've ever done. And I kind of wish I still did it, because the other day I went back and listened to some of the original ones, and they're really funny.
It is funny. I remember I listened to it all the time.
Yeah, it was me and my friend Paul. We used to do this every week. It was because he was always in my house. So we did it every week, and we talked about football and his work. We had wee segments. We did countdowns and stuff. We did a random Q&A. We'd reach into like a tub and pull out a random question. We should do that for the Good Bit, actually. It's a good idea. But we did that for over a year, and then Paul just cold turkeyed it and quit, which just wasn't for him anymore. And that's fine. But I went back and listened to some of them, and they were so funny. I kind of wish that we were still doing it, because there's loads of things we could talk about now. And then we moved on to The Good Bit because Aaron was a guest on one of the By the Way episodes, and we thought we could. It's like Mike Tyson. I was saying, we said we could start our own pod. So we started our own podcast, and that's how we came up with that. Episode 2 was all about the film Midnight Special,
Never
which
saw it.
I loved, and everybody on the podcast with me at the time hated. It was Aaron, Craig, and Claudia. We were on the podcast, and Good Bit Studios. It was the first Good Bit at Good Bit
Wait,
Studios.
Claudia was on the podcast before Ewan and I were.
That's true. Yeah.
Crazy times. That's probably the last time she was on it.
No, Claudia's been on more, but that's the last time Craig was on it.
Yeah.
Craig's not been on again, and there's been no reason for that. It's just the way it's worked out. Craig thinks I hate him because he's not been back, but no, it's just the way it's worked out. Then episode 3, we talked about the Jungle Book, and that was both Ewan and Leanne's debut appearances.
Woohoo!
Thinking back to that, did you go, oh my god, it's a podcast, or were you just like, what are we doing?
I remember thinking it was pretty cool.
It's exciting stuff, something
I was
new,
like,
a new
wow,
hobby,
this is
you know?
interesting. Like, it's something else we're putting out into the world, and I was just
Yeah.
very excited to talk about Jungle Book.
Yeah. I had enjoyed. I had done the.
By the way, remember that we did when it was like we were so hungover that morning. Remember? Oh my god,
That was Safari night.
Friday, the first time you met him. We were in Polo, and then he brought us home, and we did the podcast the day after, and that was the one that Ian and Gregor listened to. Remember?
Oh,
Just the way it worked
Gregor
out.
said, oh.
That was just the way it worked out, and the first one they listened to was that one.
And I was on it, and I was so rough, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm still like that.
Nothing has changed.
That's quite funny though. Over the past 50, though, you've had like different stages of your voice on different episodes. Some has been like fresh as a daisy, and sometimes it's been because you've been unwell. Sometimes.
This is what this is because I've been unwell. I promise.
Yeah.
This isn't.
That's fine now.
This isn't self-inflicted. This one.
No,
No.
it's just illness. What about the Jungle Book? What do we think of the Jungle Book film?
Love it.
The new one's coming out soon. Netflix
Mowgli.
exclusive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one with
I don't know. what's that.
Excuse me.
I think it's a good cast though. I think it's quite
Christian Bale, Andy Serkis.
Oh, so it's that one. I see the or like I can't remember what it's called.
Mowgli something.
Aye.
Boy of the Jungle or something.
I mean, I'm excited. I guess it's Jungle Book, but
Yeah.
I loved that one. You got it for me for my birthday.
I did get it for your birthday.
The DVD.
Well, the next kind of big Disney thing will be Lion King, whatnot.
Yeah.
Is that next year?
That's just John Favreau as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I love the cast.
That'll be good. That will be good. Then episode 4 we talked about Civil War, which I really like that episode actually because Aaron and Mason, that was Mason's debut, and they have like a pure argument on that about how Marvel can't keep putting these movies out, but then Mason's saying yes they can, they clearly work. It was quite a good one. Then we did episode 5 was our top 15 films ever. That was in Motherwell, remember?
We did it in Aaron's room.
Yeah, and then all the musical theatre students were like singing and stuff, and Aaron was shouting at them.
And then we went to GD.
We went to the pub, yeah. That was a good day. That was like the last day of the year. Episode 6, Elvis and Nixon. That was just me and Aaron. Movie Tag Q&A 2016 was episode 7. And then if you any sort of new listeners will know, episode 47 was an updated version 40 episodes later. That just came out recently. Episode 8 was with Ross Michelle and me about Suicide Squad. Hell or High Water was myself and Aaron. And then episode 10 was Aaron's last episode.
Laren.
It's Aaron's last episode, and I mean he was on 2 later. Then episode 11 talked about Rent. Don't know why we talked. I think because Ross Brody was on that one.
Ross Brody from Rent.
Ross Brody was
Was
on
Ren.
it. I've not warmed up.
That was me. I was in that one.
You were on that one, and then 12 we did Suicide Squad versus Doctor Strange, and that was you and Mason.
Me, yes.
We actually re-recorded that one. That's a funny story. We did one episode in
yeah.
4E, and I just never used it. I don't know why. It's fine the way it was, but we just redone it. Don't know why.
That probably wasn't great, I don't think.
And then episode 13 was the first one I was like, okay, we've got something here. I think this is like the first one I was like, I really love doing this. And that was our top 10 films of 2016. We talked about Rogue One, The Hateful Eight, Jungle Book, Civil War, all of that. And it was 3 of us and Aaron.
Yeah.
I had just seen Rogue One that day.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah. That is right.
That was good.
That was a good one. The train spot after that, then Logan. I think you're on the Logan one, Leanne.
Am I on the train?
I'm not on the
one as
Logan
well?
one.
You're on the train spot one, you're on the Beauty and the Beast one,
Yep.
which is 16.
Am I on the Logan one as well?
I don't think so.
No.
No, that was Lucy, Brody, and Becca. If I'm mistaken, Wonder Woman was one of my favourite ones. Episode 15. When people ask me what my favourite episodes are, that's always one of them. Don't
I
know why.
hadn't seen Wonder Woman,
but
and then
we-
I went and seen it that night.
We sold it to you. That was with Ali Bally B and Mason. Then me and Becca did one on our own about Kill Bill because I wanted to try and get individual folk on, and that was the only one we did. Which is me and Becca. Then we did our first wrestling one. It was called Wrestling is Wonderful, which is again one of my favourite ones. And then Baby Driver for number 20. God, that was number 20? That seems so recent, and it was like 30 episodes ago. Baby, that was me, you, and Aaron, remember?
Yeah.
That was a good one. Spider-Man Homecoming.
I did that one as well.
Yeah, then we did Live from the Hard Rock Hotel. That was me and my sister in Tenerife. That was a good one. And then both parts of the Harry Potter ones. They're actually really good, like actual episodes in terms of like in depth. We're telling stories. We're doing countdowns.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That was a good
We
one.
did that at your old flat.
They're
It's a
good
two-parter.
one, like, because you can done them all. And
Yeah, I went to that with Star Wars coming up soon, so that may be one to look out for. We did another wrestling one for 25. We did It. You be on it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
counting the ones I've been on.
It was us with Claudia was on that one. That was a good one. Me and Aaron caught up for episode 27, and then we were joined by Mr. Ian Grieve
yes.
on episode 28 talking about Thor. I like that one. That's good. More wrestling, and then we did High School Musical. The three of us did High School Musical for
Which
episode
we recorded
30.
twice as well.
Did we? Yeah, because the thing
We lost,
something
yeah.
went wrong with the audio. We did it again.
It was the first time you tried it with two microphones
That's
and they wouldn't
right.
sync up.
That's right. We did it again. The second
I
time
was in
was
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second time was better anyway. Then we did the Christmas special in college in a classroom. That was quite fun. I need to do another Christmas one this year. I can't remember.
Oh, the Christmas. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did that with Sophie and Ali, and then I did a compilation one, which I love. It took ages, but I think it's such a good trailer for the podcast.
It
It's
was
like
good.
a bit
I
of
enjoyed
everything.
it.
We did the awards, which I'm not going to do again. I'm going to still do the awards, but I'm not going to do an episode for it. I just felt as if it was just why we're doing this. So then we did top 10 of 2017, one of my favourite episodes we've done.
Yeah.
There was the four of us. More wrestling ones. Then we got up to movies that are future classics. Another one of my favourites. The production of a short film was with me, Michelle, and Asen, because we made a wee short film over that past summer. WrestleMania 34 was our last wrestling one. Avengers Infinity War was a really good one. That was with who was that with? Was that with Ali? That was with Ali and
Yeah.
Mason. Then we did our top 15 movies of all time. That was me, you, and Aaron, I believe.
Yeah.
That's an epic. We got drunk, at least I did. Drunk edition at the midnight hour. It's episode 41. Then we did, me and my sister did one in Florida, which was good. 43 was why do we still go to the cinema? Why do we still go to the cinema?
Because I have a cinema occupied. I'm not going to waste that.
Yeah,
money.
because you guys weren't on that one, so why do you still go to the cinema?
I love going to the cinema.
Why do I still go to the cinema?
When you can totally watch these films at home, you know what I mean?
Because there's something, I don't know, it's better in the cinema.
That's
Yeah,
better.
I love going to the cinema, being like, oh, seeing this for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better than cinema. 44 was Mamma Mia. I love that episode. That Mamma Mia one.
Yeah.
Because we literally saw it and then went and done it straight after.
Yeah.
It was good. Then we did music and movies with Tape Live. That's the band to do the theme song. Where's 46? I don't know where 46 is.
Was that hard hit movies?
Hard Hit Movies was 46 here. Movie Tag Q&A updated. Then we did 48 movies on water with Dom and Sophie. And the last episode with A Star Is Born, Venom and El Royale. So how many episodes has Leanne been on?
This one here is my 12th. 12th?
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were on more than that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't here for a year and a half.
That's true. You just kept counting. You were on loads of them.
I know.
he ran out of
You just
fingers.
imagine fingers.
He's
So there you
ran
go.
out of fingers and toes.
That's the past 50 episodes. So and now we're here. So thank you to anybody who ever listened to one of them. And we're going to hopefully keep chucking them out into the new year. I want to try and get on a more sort of frequent basis. You know what I mean?
You say this every year.
I know. We did well this year. You know, at the start of the year, but then we kind of fell off near the later half of the
Well,
year.
I'm back. I won't let you fall
That's
off.
true. You can keep us right. I like doing it every second week. I like doing that because if it's every week, it gets a bit much. I think.
Yeah.
But every 2 weeks is fine, I think. And I want to bank them. I was saying to you earlier on, I think we should do a few at the one time so there's no hassle, you know. But yeah, over the past 50 episodes, do you have a favourite one that you've been on, Ewan? Since you've been on so many.
I always remember the Jungle Book one, and I always remember the High School Musical one.
Because he got so emotional and we did not expect it.
Yeah.
Well, what? Did I?
You got really emotional about High School
That's how
Musical.
I'm crying
And
and stuff.
me and you are sitting there like, wow, he really loves this.
I do love High School Musical. What about you, Leanne?
Obviously Jungle Book. I think the end of year roundup ones, they're my
I love
favourites.
those ones, yeah.
They're so much
Yeah.
fun.
Because they're so easy. Like let's just chill and sort of talk about our favourites of the year. There's no one particular topic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
can jump
we
about a
always I like all our different opinions because we always fight about at least one film.
Yeah.
There's
Cool.
like two are on one side and two are on the other side. It's always fun.
Yeah, that's cool. But this year we're not going to have Aaron because he's spending New Year in Australia.
Oh, so it's going to be you two against me.
So it's us three for the thing, unless we get a replacement. But I like the fact it's just us three. What other ones you like?
Harry Potter was fun because
The Harry Potter one is good.
we sat. I don't know how long because it was 2 parts. We
It's a
sat
good
for
3 hours,
so
yeah.
long just sitting talking about Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, it was worth it because we got.
It was
loads of
lame
good
as fuck, but we had a great time.
Yeah, good episodes. I like this one. They're really good. 'Cause I don't know much about Harry Potter, so those ones helped me learn about them. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really educated me. So then when I went to the Universal Studios Harry Potter World thing this past summer, like I knew a lot more of it.
You were
know?
like, oh wow, Leanne, Claudia and Neve would love this.
I know. I was like, wow. If only they were here now.
I don't belong.
But I knew a lot more about it because of that. You know. So I thank you so much for telling me.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I think the last one we did was really good. The one about Venom and
With
A Star Is
Mason.
Born. Yeah.
That was my first one with Mason.
Ever?
Yeah, I think so.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
No, shout out to Mason. He's always very reliable, Mason. Just he's always like, yeah, I'll come and talk about anything.
It's
We
his
did-
birthday next week too.
Oh wow, happy birthday! So is Leanne's, yeah, happy birthday.
I
to
said
you.
that already. That's why I said two about him.
Oh, well, happy birthday to both of you.
Thank you very much.
No, it's funny though because we were doing one called Movies on Water because I wanted to get one with Dom because he loves shark movies. I thought Dom Sophie can come on as well, but I needed someone else. So I was like, I'll just ask Mason to come on. Mason can talk about anything. So Mason's like, oh yeah, great, yeah, I'll be on the podcast in ages. So Mason comes over to the flat and we're just sitting talking about it. I don't think Mason completed one sentence the whole episode. He was like, yeah, my favourite one in water is Jaws. And we're like, blah, let's talk about Jaws. And then Dom talked about The Shallows and talked about 47 Metres Down. And Mason was like, yep. And I was like, right, thanks for joining us. And that was it. So Mason didn't have much opinions about movies involving water. So
but
yeah,
he was there.
He was there. My favourite one, thanks for asking. I think I like the end of year ones. I like the,
Wait, we do that again. Christopher, what's your favourite podcast?
Don't have one. No, my favourite. I like the end of year ones. I like the very first wrestling one, but I feel like wrestling and it shouldn't be on the podcast. I think we should do it on YouTube, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, wrestling one was one of my favourite ones. I wasn't on it.
Yeah. You did listen and you had no idea what we were talking about, but just because we were so in it, you know, that was good.
I knew a wee bit of what you were talking about, just stuff that I had known from when I was younger. But
Yeah.
yeah,
The wrestling ones always did
it was
good
more the
numbers.
passion.
Yeah, we were so passionate, so just shouting at each other. Oh my god, do you remember that? That's how it was. But the top 10s were good.
I thought he was like pointing at something. I was like, what? It's a chest of drawers, yeah. That was there when I moved in. What a great day.
What a
You
great
weren't
day.
there, how do you know?
Is this table moving?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh.
Who's going to kill that?
This kid.
We've got a camera going though, in case anything happens.
It's
Do you know
because
what?
we kept leaving it, sorry.
Do you know what I did like?
Didn't.
No, the top 10. Is that of 2017 where you were just coughing the whole one? Remember?
Oh,
my
I was-
god.
Yeah, it was when we
In
were
my house, yeah.
when we were sitting around the couch. And I just remember being like, oh, you
I know,
and Chap.
it's
And you were
just on
like,
the
why are
floor.
you getting annoyed? It's not your podcast.
On the show. It's not affecting you. You don't have to edit it. And I was like sitting there going,
Because it's sitting there like, I do.
listen, it was all worth it. The episode was really good. I took out all the coughs.
I know, because I remember. Here he goes.
Sorry.
No, because I remember listening to it like, wow, Chris has got some talent.
I'll tell you something though, every time I hear someone cough, I go, that wasn't you. So I know it so well because I listened to some. It's fine. It worked out in the end. The episode's really good. It's just was funny.
What do you care?
I was coughing like literally every 2 seconds.
We got good at it by like an hour in because we were all like,
Yeah, because we would.
go.
Yeah, because we would like start a sentence, so you'd be like, yeah, I thought. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
So you go back and listen, it's like, this is what I think. Moving on. It was just completely cut out. So it's fine.
Podcast was actually 6 hours long.
Yeah.
You got it down to 1
Yeah,
hour.
yeah. Yeah, and remember Becca was trying to film herself.
Oh
That was
my
another one.
God.
We did the top 10 or top 50 movies of all time, which I think is a really good one. It's a good advert to the show. Like if there's
just waking up.
if there's new listeners, I always give them that one. It's episode 40. It's like, listen to this one. I should have kept it for number 50 because it was just 10 episodes later. I don't know why I didn't keep it, but it was for 40. And it was just all of us talking about our favourite movies ever. But at the same time, in the other room, Becca was trying to film a self-tape for an audition. And producer Anna was there. I had like my fancy light and stuff, and she couldn't do it for some reason. She had all the space in the
man.
world, all the time in the world. She couldn't do it, so we had to do it in the wee room we were recording in after, and we were all like holding lights and stuff, and we were all just dying laughing, and we just couldn't stop laughing.
It was.
What she was doing wasn't even funny.
No, I know. It's just Becca. Just Becca.
I know.
What a ghetto.
It was Becca. Also, I don't think the one about movies that should be future classics one gets enough love. I think that's a really good one. I think that's really fun. We're just talking
Yeah,
about
that was fun. Yeah.
movies that we think one day will be regarded as highly as we regard these classic films. So I'd like to quickly do another part of that and get some more suggestions. But on top of that, for number 50, I thought of try and do something a little bit similar to that, where we can all kind of mention individual picks of a certain topic. I was thinking the other night, what are some of the movies that you've seen in your life where you've seen them so many times that like you can quote them and stuff and you know what's coming next, but you're still not sick of them? You know what I mean? I was looking at my Blu-rays the other night and I was trying to decide what to watch. And I've got lots of new ones in there that I've not really seen that much. But I've also got all my favourites in there. And I was thinking I could just watch, Back to the Future or something.
Yeah.
But I've seen it so many times, and that got me thinking, like, what are the films in my life that I've seen the most? And I thought it'd be a good idea for a podcast. So I open the question to the panel. Do you have any ones that you've seen so many times that you know back to front, left to right, inside out, and over the top?
A few.
Yeah. Go for it.
Just one for you, and I'm not telling you.
Yeah. What's one? What's one?
Prince of Egypt.
Oh, I love that.
Mason loves that film.
I love that.
Yeah.
Claudia loves it as well.
Mason goes on about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good film. Great film.
So how did that come about? You just watched it
I
younger?
had it on like video.
Yeah.
On a video, and I would just I don't know, when you're young you just kind of like fire whatever's there.
Yeah, I would always put them in before I went to bed.
It would always just be sitting there and I would just put it
and
in.
then just once you had one video in your room, that one stayed in your room for a while.
For a while,
so
yeah.
you just watched that one again and again, and then you swapped it for
And if
a
you
new
fell
one.
asleep at one point, you just rewind it, the next
Yeah.
night to where you left off, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which
My
counts
first-
as revisiting the
My
character.
first TV in my room was like it was like a wee box,
Yeah.
and it for some reason it didn't connect to the aerial for ages. So for a while it was just a TV and it would only play.
Mine never connected to the aerial.
See, I only had that luxury of an aerial for a little while. Like, I always had DVDs and video players, but I only had it for like a wee while, but I couldn't have any volume on it because it was so late at night. So I'd watch like Disney Channel till like hours in the morning, but it would always be just the preview. You remember that? Remember the Disney Channel
No,
preview?
all I'd ever get was Freeview in my room, and I only got that when I was like 14.
Well, couldn't it be
And then I
connected
lost
to the
it when
Skybox,
I was
though?
16.
No, I mean like when I got a TV, like it was
All mine did was
like
video.
just 1 to 5.
Yeah.
I didn't even have that.
No.
Like, no, there was nothing in my room. It was literally just a video
Yeah,
player.
I didn't have 1 to 5. What I had was a segment where it would just play what was on the downstairs TV.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So before I went to bed, I'd need to leave on a channel and go
Yeah.
to bed, and I'd just get to watch that channel. I couldn't change it.
A lot of my friends had that.
So I'd put like Disney Channel on and I'd watch the previews of like the upcoming season and stuff on repeat. It was just help me go to sleep. Like, and I'd never watched like Kim Possible and things like that, and Eddie, but they were always on at that time of night.
Love
So that's how
that.
I'd watch them, I was always a Sweet Life fan and a That's So Raven
Yeah.
fan, but and Hannah Montana, that sort of thing. But they were never on at that time.
My friend Laura has Disney Life, and she's given me her login for it, and it's got all of like the shows I used to watch when I was a kid.
Really?
It's so nice. Or like just go watch like one episode and be like, I remember watching that.
Yeah,
It's fun.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So
but
Prince of
that's,
Egypt.
but that's how, because that was one of the videos that I had, and I had other videos, some were like TV shows and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to TV shows later because I think that's another aspect of this, like when you rewatch a TV show.
No, I mean like kids stuff. Like I don't,
Yeah, okay.
Nothing like, nothing amazing.
Yeah.
Substantial.
I was a big Tom and Jerry fan.
Oh.
I had loads of Tom and Jerry videos. I'd put them on before I went to bed. Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And wrestling, obviously. Leanne, what's a film that you've watched so many times in your life that you still enjoy today?
The film I've probably watched most in my life is Legally Blonde.
Really?
Oh my
I was expecting
God,
a Harry Potter there.
No, maybe the first Harry Potter. No, Legally Blonde. Because I remember when I got the DVD, I was 11, but the DVD... No, I was either 10 or 11, but my mum gave me the DVD for my Christmas, and it was a 12. And I remember being like, oh, she's in the big leagues now. And I just watched it all the time, but it's one of these films that if it's on, I watch it. Like, I just watch it all the time. It's... such a good film.
Yeah.
Not watched it in a while. Should probably put it on.
I went to see Ted the week before my 15th birthday, and it's a 15.
Oh.
And I somehow managed to get into the cinema, and I was like, even if the guy had said it in a way, I'll just tell him my birthday's next week and that'll be fine. But imagine that was the case, like a 14-year-old trying to get an 18. It's like, you're not 18. Yeah, but I'm done 18 next week. Could be anybody. So
I got to a 12A, like, I mean, obviously A, you were accompanied, so I had my mum. But it was a weird film for my mum to take me to see. And I just need to see when it came out to see how old I actually was.
What film was it?
Charlie's Angels, 2000. That can't be right. Maybe it was Full Throttle because I was like Charlie's Angels came out in 2000, so I'd be 4.
Of course, you're 12.
So I
Maybe.
no, maybe it was no. I think it was Full Throttle. Yeah, my mum took me to see Charlie's Angels Full Throttle in 2003.
The guy's like, ID, please.
Wait, I would even what? 7? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very fast maths for me.
Yeah. Very good.
Probably not even 7. Probably 6 because it came out in 2003, but it came out maybe in the summertime.
I can't
But
remember.
you've seen
It was in
special,
the
right?
old open cinema, which was just iconic.
Oh.
You do feel special when that
July,
happens.
so I was 6.
That was like me with
Wow.
the Hulk,
Jenny.
the Hulk film.
In 03.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got given that,
Same year.
and it was a 12, and I was like,
Yeah.
it at Christmas. The green case, it looked like it was coming out of the.
I did that once for my birthday. I opened that. It was a wrestling DVD and it was an 18. This is like my 14th birthday, or even younger than that. And I remember saying, I was like, oh, an 18? Like out loud, and my dad was like, just open the present. Like, he was like, he didn't want to acknowledge the fact that it was wrestling, you know what I mean? It's different, but I remember I was like, 18? Wow! Like, vocally saying it. I was so impressed.
Yeah, so when I got Legally Blonde, that film though is just so good. It's so funny, and all the things she's like, there's things people say, and it reminds me of things they say in that. So like anytime someone says like, "Oh, it makes you happy," or someone says the words endorphins, I'll say, "Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy." And happy people just don't kill their husbands because that's what she says. Like every time I have to say it.
Nice.
I just love it. What a film.
That's what I mean about this topic. Like you know something so well that you can just you can spout it in general conversation.
Yeah.
You know? What is a story that you guys have of like sneakily trying to watch a film that's older than you are? Like I remember trying to watch American Pie when I was like 13, and it's like a 15. So it was on Sky Movies one time. So I recorded it, burned it onto a DVD the night after, and then the night after that, I sneaked into my room, watched it on my laptop with earphones and stuff. I had like on my floor so no one could.
God, you were very technical.
Like I was very trying to so no one could catch me watching American Pie, which is daft because American Pie is silly, but like I didn't know that at the time, you know.
I know one for me. What was it called? Oh, it was a cartoon, but it was a 15, I think. And I remember because it was a cartoon, I thought it was for kids, obviously, because that's what you think.
Yeah, of course.
Where is it?
Quick IMDb search here.
Yeah, sorry. But I it was on video. It was my mum brothers maybe. I can't remember. 8 Crazy Nights, Adam Sandler's Christmas movie, the cartoon.
Oh wow! Oh jeez. 23
Yeah,
minutes
no,
ago.
it's awful. But I remember like because it was a cartoon, I was like I need to watch it. It was a 12, so it wasn't 15 actually. But it's a musical as well. And I remember because the video was a cartoon, I was like that's for me. And my mum was like, no, you're not allowed to watch that. And I remember like once when my mum and dad were like, okay, take a video to like go to sleep, I was like, this is my moment.
Yeah.
So I like stole Crazy Nights and like took it upstairs and like watching it like, oh my god.
That's
But,
great.
but it was not for kids.
No. I like things like that, like trying to sneak it. It's so daft. Like now, see if my kid was doing that now, if I had a child, I'd be like, why is that such a big deal? But it's like as a child, you're like, I can't be caught seeing American Pie or whatever. You know, it's like it's like a verbatim thing. But what about you? You ever sneaked a video or a DVD?
He's not gonna say because he still lives at home.
Yeah, so do I.
Batman and Robin.
Okay.
It was on Channel 5. When
Yeah.
I don't know what age I was.
I love those films. See, they're so daft.
Batman and Robin was always on Channel 5. I don't even think I was that young. I think I was like, I don't know when it came out.
Batman and Robin, I'm gonna guess like 97.
Yeah, it was.
I think
It
it's
was old,
97.
wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it's 97, maybe 03, but I think it's 97.
Maybe
97, you're right.
Yeah, 97.
97. So I don't know. Let's say it was on TV like 5 years. I must have been kind of young.
Yeah.
But
what is
and
Batman
I
and
was
Robin
on
going
it.
to do to you? You know what I mean?
I know. It's a
Yeah.
PG.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
can
a
understand.
but I remember it being on at like 8 o'clock at night, like starting at 8 and then not finish. And so when I was young, I wouldn't stay up till
Of course.
10. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
And so the film would be on till like maybe 11.
Yeah.
I don't know. And my mum would be like, no, you can't stay up. You've got school.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And I just have to stay up. That was a good habit. I could get the aerial in my
Yeah, that's cool.
eventually.
I always liked the films that the wrestlers were in because obviously I knew them from watching the wrestling.
Right, yeah.
But they were always older.
Yeah.
So there's a film called The Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it was like came out in 2007. And at the time, I was like, Stone Cold's new film, but my dad was like, you are not watching this film. Like it's an 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
So as soon as I turned like old enough to buy my own DVDs or whatever, I went and bought it. I was like, I can buy it now. I wasn't even 18 yet, but like, I was thinking you can buy it online, doesn't matter. And it's like, it's not even that bad. As an 18, they say the F word sometimes, and there's some blood. But it's like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But at the time, it's like, I can't watch The Condemned. Are you joking? Yeah.
Do you know one movie I always tried to watch as well that my mum and dad had on video I was never allowed to watch, and to this day I've still not watched it, was Queen of the Damned. And I realised now why I wanted to watch it was because there was a pretty naked lady on the front.
Wow.
Queen of the Damned.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either, but I just remember wanting to watch it.
There was a naked lady on the front.
Yeah, Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, it was a naked lady.
Yeah, it was this.
Oh, hello. Never even.
Oh, she's dead now. Alia? She died,
Aaliyah.
didn't she, in a plane?
Oh,
Plane
girl.
crash. But yeah, but there's a scene in it, because I remember seeing my brother watching it, where they're in a bath and it's really sexy. There it is.
Oh, wow, that is very sexy.
Yeah,
Let me
so
see it.
me as a little gal wanted to watch this movie
Oh.
desperately.
Yeah. We've got
And
all the listeners right now searching this on IMDb.
To this day, yeah, these are very saucy guys. Here you go, if you can see that. You see all those
Don't
red
give away
love
porn on
petals?
YouTube.
But yeah, I've not seen it to this day, and I want to see it now. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I'm allowed
go.
to. I'm a big girl. I'm almost 22.
Cool. You said earlier on, Legally Blonde, whenever it's on, you'll just
yeah.
switch it on. That's Jaws for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've just went and got Jaws out the shelf and put it on and watched it all the way through. But I can tell you that like a good double figures now of my life, it's been on Channel 4, it's been on
Yeah.
ITV2, and it's just been like, it's been half an hour in, it's been half an hour to
you
go.
have to go. It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter. Like, you just put it on and just maybe because I've
Yeah.
seen it so many times, I know what part comes next and whatever. But like, it doesn't matter. Like, it can be the end scene where everything goes down. It could be the start. It could be the one of the killing scenes. It doesn't matter. Like, I've just no matter what. My dad's the same. My dad always
Killing?
like the shark killing and whatever. You know what I mean?
I have not seen Jaws.
There's no death in Jaws.
No, I actually haven't.
You didn't see Jaws until recently, and then you weren't that interested, were you?
No, I when did you first see it?
Oh, when I was young, I was like 2007 or something. It really scared me when I was
So
young.
it scared you when you were younger.
Yeah.
I just didn't find. I don't know.
But that's the thing, though. It was a horror back in 1975.
It's not even that it didn't look real. Like it wasn't even that because it looked real enough.
Yeah.
It was just I don't know. I just wasn't.
I guess I didn't watch it to be scared. I just liked the film. I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
I like the idea of being on the boat and being trapped and stuff. But
I see. I think I have I think I'm bad when I go into horrors because if I hear it's a horror, then I'll go in like.
yeah,
I love horror movies so much.
If I'm not scared at all, then I'll leave like, oh well. I think that's why I hated Hereditary so
now
much.
that's a question. Like,
Because I went in thinking, oh, this is meant to be the scariest film ever.
yeah.
And I went in and I wasn't
Yeah, that's
scared
yeah.
in the slightest.
But
I
do you
hate
go
that.
into a horror film wanting to be scared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, then so why?
Oh, I love the thrill of being scared.
I don't know, but that's why you would watch it.
Yeah.
See, it's just, I never got that. Like, I never.
Me and Erin, we love scary things, and like we were always on the hunt to like try and find a scary thing. And see when Krampus came out, like the amount of people that were like, "This movie is so scary. This is terrifying. Oh my gosh, so scary." So me and Erin were gonna go, and Erin was like, before we went, she was like, "Nah, I can't do this. I can't do this."
Yeah.
She was like so nervous and scared for this scary movie. And it's not scary because it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Like it's funny, but we love it. Like it's one of my Christmas traditions now is to watch Krampus.
I might watch this show actually.
So
So then, if you go into a horror film, right, and you're not scared, does that make it a bad film?
No.
So I saw the new Halloween recently, and it's not scary, but I really enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
True.
You know, it does make it a bad film, maybe make it a bad horror.
Well, I see. I jumped a few times.
Jumps are different. I mean, like, oh, like that's fine, but I mean, like, scared is a different story. Like, The Shining just fucking scared me.
See, I've never seen that.
You know what I mean? That's the scariest film I've ever seen.
That's the thing is I've not had any movies that like actually like scare me because
Yeah.
I always guess what's gonna happen.
So
Like,
that's what I mean by horror.
Yeah.
Like, what's a horror film?
we watched Insidious the other night and I'd never seen it before, and that kind of there was a few moments in that that actually like made us jump. And then last night we watched Annabelle, which wasn't scary, but there was like. It was like there was things that just kind of made you like uncomfortable,
Right.
And it kind of made me squirm, and I was like me and Adam were like in my bed like ooh like
Yeah.
because
It's
it was
different though,
because there was like
different
a
things
bit
are
where she was like stuck in like a basement and like like there was a creature there, but she was in the lift like pressing the button and then the lift opened and it hadn't moved, And then
nice.
that happened like a couple times, and I was like, oh no, don't fuck with that. Like I don't fuck with that. Like that scared me a little bit. That was good. Well, the whole movie wasn't scary, but like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's when there's like little moments that just kind of like give you a little shiver.
Yeah.
I got a fright because I didn't see it.
What did we go and see? The Bye Bye Man.
I have seen it, but no, The Witch. No, Witch.
We went to see The Bye Bye Man.
I went to that with Emma Campbell. Was she there too?
Yeah.
Oh, we saw The Witch
You
together
were-
as well. The
Witch
three of
as
us.
well, yeah.
You were just there, but you can't remember.
I can't remember you. Sorry. The Bye Bye Man. That wasn't scary, was it?
No, that's
No.
what I'm saying. It was awful.
But remember The Witch. It wasn't scary either.
No, the witch was awful as well.
If I hadn't been told that The Witch was going to be scary,
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I remember being like, oh my god, this is really, really scary. It's gonna mess with you. And I went to see it and I was like, when?
I know, because we were sitting there like...
Yeah, nothing
happened at all.
And then I remember Ian and Gregor being like,
Oh, stunning.
like, "I'm coming over it." It was like,
We were like, nah. Yeah, no.
Yes, right, okay, last thing on horror films.
Uh-huh.
When I'm watching a scary film, I'm like, oh my god, I hope this ends soon.
Really?
I don't like them.
Oh, I love
Because I
them.
hate being scared.
Oh, baby.
It's fine, it's fine.
Not even worried about it.
But like, for example, once it's finished, I watched the first Halloween in anticipation for the new one.
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting watching
also
going,
did that.
I'm like, can you
I've not
end,
seen
please? The whole, I didn't know there was so many boobs in that.
In Halloween.
Yeah.
There's only like one or two.
I didn't expect any.
1 or 2's enough.
One
Or
or
not
two's
enough.
enough.
I don't know.
But,
Well,
no,
to pale,
but that's
it's
a
not
good
red.
film though.
Yeah, it's a good film, but again, I was
It's
wanting to
dated.
end. It's dated. The new one I thought did a really good job.
Yeah,
I
thought
really
they
enjoyed
did
the new
well
one.
with the new one.
That's what, you know, like talking about scary films and you're saying like it's dated, that I love watching like old scary
Yeah.
films. Like, see, when you watch the original It,
Oh, it's so bad.
it's
Oh
not
my
scary in the slightest. It's actually fucking hilarious.
I think
The
you laugh
adults in that
because-
film. Oh my god.
I love like oh my god, the adult actors.
And the originals. Oh, my
god,
god,
they're
they're
awful.
awful.
I think
So
you
bad.
laugh because you go, how
Yeah, where they're like,
could people find that scary? I think
Yeah,
that's
back
but
what
in
they
the
you
day.
did,
laugh.
but they did.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
No.
nowadays, the new one got really big praise. And I
Aye.
wasn't really a fan.
No, it wasn't scary.
You know?
I
I
know.
didn't think it was scary. I
But everyone's
thought
like,
it was
great
good.
film, wow. And I was like,
It was a good film.
I don't think it was.
I look forward to the second one.
Like, I don't think it
Yeah.
was like scary, but it did have moments where I was like, ah. Like,
Yeah,
and I
like
like,
creepy,
I
yeah.
like that. Like, see if a movie has like one bit that makes me like a little bit like, ooh,
Yeah.
then that's fine. You
Okay.
scared me a little bit. You spooked me.
moving on from Halloween films and horror films, a big part of me rewatching films is Christmas time. Because I have my traditional Christmas favourites where I watch
Yeah.
every year. So I can say I've watched Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Elf, and The Polar Express probably 10 times or more in my life just because I watched it every year.
Oh, Elf is so many.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
There was one year where I watched Elf 6 times.
In the winter.
In the 1 year. I'm not even exaggerating.
Okay.
It was because it was when Open didn't have a cinema, so
Yeah.
it was in the theater place in Open, and in one of the studios they did like Christmas films and they showed them. So I had like all these different clubs that I went to, and every single club was going to this to see Elf. So I went with guides.
Clubs.
I went with my drama group. I think my mum won tickets, so we went as well.
But I mean,
Obviously,
what a film to see though.
watched it at home, watched it at home again,
Yeah.
watched it at a friend's, like literally watched it 6 times in the space of like 3
It's in my
weeks.
top 10 of all time, Elf.
For
of all
movies
time.
in general.
Yeah, of
Love
all time.
that. Yeah, it's just good, yeah. My Christmas movies are probably like Elf, The Santa Claus,
Santa Claus is great.
Muppets Christmas Carol,
Oh, so
Polar
good.
Express.
Tim Allen, the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
All three of them. The third one.
Thought it was a bit dodgy, but
Don't you dare.
but
They're all
they're new
beautiful.
to me. But I just started watching them
Oh,
maybe
really?
3 years ago. Yeah.
No, I watched
Really?
Santa Claus when I
Yeah.
was a kid. The Wee Boy.
All the films used to be like
On all the time.
you would find all of your favourite Christmas films, all the films that are my favourite Christmas films now, used to always be on the TV at some point.
Yeah.
And they would maybe be on BBC One like during the
Yeah.
day,
But that's the thing. Like I
or
would
Channel
watch.
4 at night. or
Everybody has
something.
like different Christmas traditions and stuff, routines.
Uh-huh.
So I would watch Elf on Christmas Eve, but there's also one on Christmas Day. Who's watching Elf on Christmas Day? Loads of folk, clearly, because it's on BBC One.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you go over to someone's
Yeah,
house
yeah.
and they're watching Elf. So I guess that could count as watching.
One of my favourite things about Christmas like time is like for some reason there's so many like old musicals are Christmas staples, but they have nothing to do with Christmas. Like they're always on the telly, like Singing in the Rain and like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
They're always on the telly at Christmas time, which I'm not complaining, 'cause Singing in the Rain is one of my favourite films ever. Probably seen that a lot as well. But it's just weird how those like have connections to Christmas, but
It's
they
funny.
don't.
And then people say like Harry Potter has connections to Christmas.
Yeah, because they always show it on.
Because it goes through Christmas time.
Yeah.
During the film.
Yeah,
Because it goes through a full year.
Yeah.
ITV have been doing like one a week, like all
Yeah.
through Christmas kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's great as well because it's like become a Christmas film. Like even the new like Marvel films are kind of becoming Christmas films.
Yeah, on
Are they?
BBC,
Jurassic
yeah.
World was on last year. That's kind of become an impromptu one.
I like that. Oh, I love movies, man.
I think it's more that they just show loads of
Well,
films over Christmas because
Yeah.
people are off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
absolutely,
show-
and I love that. I like. I don't have Sky Movies anymore, but I've got Sky Sports instead. But I like going to the Film 4 channel, the free channel,
Yeah, yeah.
and just seeing what's on. Like I've got certain things. I recorded Perks of Being a Wallflower the other night. Like my sister's got it on DVD and we've seen it a million times, but it was on TV, so I'm going to record it.
So that's what I love is it's always when things are on TV, people are tweeting, saying, "Oh my God, this is
Yeah.
on Channel 4 right now. Everyone get there!" And
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, let's get there."
Yeah.
And I love it when it's like one of your favourites is on.
Yeah.
Like Jaws is on,
Because
Airplane's
it's just
on. I'm
the
like,
fact that
boom,
it's
yo.
on the telly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
your DVD. You've not chosen
Everybody's
to watch
watching it with you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
You're like, how many people are watching this with me right now?
Yeah. But then, of course, when we're talking about rewatching films, there's also you can just watch particular scenes and particular moments. An example of this could be Home Alone for me. Home Alone 1 and 2 as a collective duo, or like my favourite Christmas films ever, and 2 of my favourite films of all time. But when I was younger, I had the video and the DVD, and when I'd go to bed or when I was bored or whatever, we would put the DVD in and we'd skip to the last half an hour where it would be like the burglars coming to the house and Kevin's big master plan sort of thing. And it's funny that's happened every year, even last year, because I'd watched Home Alone 2 on Christmas Eve because we'd just been in New York, so we're kind of going like, oh, that's where we were and stuff. It was a different experience watching it. But then the day after it was on
that's
TV,
cute.
and I was over at my auntie's house for Christmas dinner, and they were all watching it, and we were like rewinding it to the funniest bits, and we're all laughing together as well. Which again, I know you're only watching one part of the film, but it still counts, I think. Like you're watching it
Yeah.
another time, you know, even though if it's not the full film. It's like
Yeah,
joining in a
yeah,
film at a random point.
Yeah.
You're still seeing it, you're still seeing the characters again. It
Yeah.
still counts and you fall in love with them more, I guess. So that's Christmas, Halloween and stuff. What about TV shows? Because I feel like TV shows are a different thing because there's not only are there like loads of episodes, but when people love a TV show so much and they go back and watch the full series again, like that's like a commitment, you know what I mean?
I don't know if I've ever done that.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
have.
really a TV guy, but I've done it with a few. Like Friends, for example. I've
Ah.
watched every episode of Friends at least 20 times.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
maybe one exception.
I
yeah.
got the Friends box set
Yeah,
for
me too,
Christmas
yeah.
when I was like 14, 13 or something. So it was like I would come home from school, just put a DVD in, and that was just on. So that was it.
Yeah.
So I've seen Friends too many times. I also got the Gavin and Stacey box set. So I've seen Gavin and
was
Stacey
on the other
through.
day.
I've seen the full season, like all of it through at least 10 times. At least.
Yeah.
Probably more.
I'm
Way
on a-
more, in fact.
I feel like I'm on a wee Friends break just now because I've seen it so much. I need
Yeah.
to take a break and then come back to it because it's like,
Because it got put on Netflix.
yeah, and it's on Comedy Central every day, so it's like I'm watching it
Yeah.
and I'm quoting every episode. Like it's now you watch a film, it's like the same lines every time you watch it, but every episode, it's like I know what's coming next, and that's just the beauty of a great TV show.
Yeah.
When Friends got put back on Netflix, I think I watched it all again and within like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It didn't take long at all.
You just can't.
Because Netflix does that thing where it just plays the next one anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I would just come in from work and I'd watch like 4 episodes, 5 episodes because they're only 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I must have been just over a week that I got through the full thing again.
Yeah, that's mad.
But because I don't have Comedy, like I don't have Comedy Central. I
Yeah.
don't have those funky channels in my house.
Count
So,
yourself lucky
it's
you
not-
have
Yeah, yeah,
channels.
yeah.
It used to be on the TV every day when it had E4.
That pathetic TV over there. What does it do? DVDs, that's it.
What does it do? Tons on.
Still.
Yeah, you
Still.
got the DVDs under.
Yeah, you got the Friends box set there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was on the TV for me every day when it was E4, and it's not been on
Yes.
E4 for a long
I remember
Because
when it
Comedy
got-
Central bought it, so they
Yeah.
haven't now.
Exactly.
I remember when
yeah.
it got taken off E4 and everyone, like I had so many friends were just so pissed off
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I have Sky.
Yeah, mine never
So I
had.
had Comedy Central, so I was fine.
Would you sing it like that? I have Sky.
yeah.
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 Another one for me is Mr. Bean. Growing up, I watched Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, the TV
Oh, that's because
show.
Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan
is
Atkinson,
your-
but
Rowan,
the
sorry.
good thing with that is there's not many episodes. There's only about 15 episodes. People think that Mr. Bean is like this long running thing. There was like 3 episodes a year for 5 years, and that was it.
Yeah, because it was over
Wow.
15.
Yeah,
No, was it over 15 years?
kinda. Yeah, but
And
like
there's only
there's only a certain amount of episodes.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last like 10 years were like the films and stuff, but like
Yeah.
back in the late 80s, early 90s, call it like 88 to 94. There was only a good 13 episodes
yeah, there
throughout
was
those
many,
years.
yeah.
Because they were touted as like specials, like don't miss the next Mr. Bean on Christmas Day, and then after that, like tune in on April Fool's Day, and there's another Mr. Bean episode,
Yeah.
and then people just like you'd buy the volumes on video when you get.
That's
I
the
just thought there was loads. I feel like
Yeah.
I I feel like there's, but I suppose when you watch an episode of that, so much happens in it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like because he's so good and there's not much dialogue.
Yeah.
Maybe the dialogue would probably limit it a bit more because it's like a set story.
Uh-huh.
Because there's like 3 different wee tales in every episode and it's just him like in trouble.
Yeah.
It's great. And he's like a total inspiration to me as well.
I
So
like it. I
Yeah,
like
me
Mr. Bean's
too.
Holiday.
the films are great as well, but I just don't think they're as good. Like the show is like the peak of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
Him and that and his live shows, and Blackadder's great. And that's the thing, like he was doing these other things as well. He did Blackadder, he did Johnny English.
Yeah.
Like through this time where Mr. Bean was kind of flourishing, you know.
Yeah.
And Mr. Bean gets so popular. So that's kind of for me. TV shows in terms of like actual series and not sitcoms. I've watched Breaking Bad twice.
Really?
And other than that, there's not really been many that I've
Oh,
watched.
do you know what I've watched again and again? It's Doctor Who. I'll rewatch episodes of that
So
all the
many
time.
seasons of Doctor Who.
Yeah, but not like obviously not the old ones. I'm meaning from like Christopher Eccleston onwards.
Right. Who's your favourite Doctor?
Oh,
Got to be David Tennant.
I like Christopher Eccleston.
I love them all.
Yeah.
Matt Smith probably is my favourite, can't lie. Like David Tennant was because I'd seen Christopher Eccleston episodes because my granny watched them, but then it wasn't until David Tennant is when like me and my whole family would sit down and watch it because he was a Scottish doctor, and obviously loved that. But then I wasn't as into it, and then Matt Smith came along, and I knew Matt Smith from a TV series he actually did with Billy Piper,
Right.
and I fancied the fucking pants off of him in that. So I was like so excited that he was Doctor Who because he wasn't very well known. I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing for him, and I just really liked him at the time. So probably Matt Smith's my favourite,
Cool.
and I really like Peter Capaldi, but he just got fucked over by the writers because it just wasn't as good. And I've not watched Jodie Whittaker yet because I don't
watched
have
one
a
episode
TV
with her.
license. Is it good? Everyone's saying it's amazing.
Yeah, I really wanted to watch it. I've just not done it yet.
Do you like Doctor Who though, or
I used to watch it when it was
Yeah.
Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, and then it kind of fell away. I thought it just kind of lost some of its like it was scary when it was Christopher Eccleston.
Was a
you know
bit
what I mean?
scary,
It
yeah.
just seems a bit whimsical now.
Maybe that was just because you were younger.
I suppose as well.
Yeah.
But I watched that episode. I thought Jodie Whittaker was really good. That's her name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
Jodie
thought she was
Whittaker.
really good. I thought she was really good actually. Yeah, but the whole feel of it, I was like, this seems a bit. There's like a pregnant guy in it, and it just seemed a bit like.
Really?
I don't have a clue what's going on, but I've seen a lot of people tweeting about it because they've been really happy with like the with like the wide varied amount of people in it. How they've done like a Rosa Parks episode, and then they're doing an episode about like about in India, like when Britain kind of invaded India. We did do that, didn't we?
At some point,
Probably.
probably.
Yeah, I mean we invaded everyone.
Yeah.
When India was part of the British Empire.
Yeah.
And they're doing like an episode on that. So I've seen people just being really happy in general about the range of people getting their stories told. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, totally.
And obviously a woman being the doctor.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just pissed off because when I was a kid, like I was like, I want to be the doctor.
No, you have the chance.
Well, I'm not the first.
So there's obviously other ways to look at it as well. You can watch a show a lot of times when you're younger and not see it for many years, and then when you go back to it, you can still quote it.
Yeah.
That's happened to me recently. There's a music channel called The Vault, and they show Sabrina the Teenage Witch. They show Sister Sister and Kieran and Kel.
Oh, Keenan Kel, you're
Right, so I was like, wow. So Sister Sister and Sabrina the Teenage Witch were like just kind of on, right? But Kieran and Kel was like my show, right?
Yeah.
So I watched it all the time when I was younger, but I hadn't seen it in many years because it doesn't get shown on Nickelodeon anymore or whatever. So this channel, The Vault, started playing them, so I recorded them and I started binging some of them, and I've not seen them in years, and I'm still like quoting them before they even say the like.
I could probably do that
you know
with
what I
like
mean?
That's So Raven. That
Yeah.
was my favourite.
Yeah.
My mum despises That's So Raven, but I loved it.
What a theme song! Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've seen some episodes of like each of them. I've probably seen most episodes of Sabrina.
I loved Sabrina.
Is it ever anybody's watched the new?
I've
yeah,
not
I
seen it yet.
watched
My
it.
sister
I
was
watched it
watching
all.
it. She said it's quite good.
I like it.
I've
It's
heard
good.
good things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I enjoy it. It's nice.
Maybe it will at some point. I don't know.
Like, it's a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
It's the same people that did Riverdale, because Sabrina's
Yeah.
an Archie comic as well. So,
Yeah.
but it's quite nice. It's obviously not as good as... But there used to be a Sabrina cartoon as well, and I was obsessed with that too. I had like a little Polly Pocket of it and everything. So good.
Cool. So that's me. That and Keenan and Kel and Drake and Josh is another one for me.
Oh, yeah.
Just one last little topic before we go. Obviously, this topic can be discussed on individual films, but like films in a series. So we talked about Harry Potter, but like Star Wars, for example.
Lord of the Rings.
So if you say, you know, you might not have watched an individual Star Wars film loads of times, but if you've seen all of them, that's still watching Star Wars 8 times. You know what I mean? Throughout your life. So if you watch, like, say, Force Awakens loads of times, you watch Revenge of the Sith loads of times, that's just adding to your Star Wars repertoire.
Yeah.
You get me? No?
Yeah, but
I've probably watched like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings more than I've watched Star Wars,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I've seen Lord of the Rings so many times. See the Two Towers, that's anytime
watched all 3 of
I
them
was
the other day.
unwell, I would, yeah, because they've just been put on Netflix.
Uh-huh.
Anytime I was unwell, the movies I would watch were Singing in the Rain and Two Towers. Two Towers is, I love Two Towers, it's my favourite one.
I've not seen Lord of the Rings since I was a wee boy.
You need to rewatch because it's fucking perfect.
They're all on Netflix.
Got it.
So-
We sat there, me, Jack
good.
Gordon.
Oh, without me?
Yeah, no, sorry.
Wait, we had plans to do that. You did that without me. That is just so rude.
When?
Me, you, Lucy, and someone else were all at 4E and we were watching The Hobbit, and then you were saying how you'd not watched them all in order and you want to do that, and we were like, yeah, we'll do that, we'll get a day and we'll all marathon them. But that's fine. That's okay. I've seen them before.
I've not
Yeah,
done.
no, you didn't
I've not done the big marathon that we're talking about.
Well, we can do that then.
where we have to watch all 3 Hobbits
Yeah.
and then all 3 Lord of the Rings. We need
I've
like
done that
15
before.
hours.
Yeah, it's 15 hours for the non-extended edition.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus, I can't mess with it.
Open Cinema, they did a Lord of the Rings marathon. It was amazing. And it was extended edition.
See, when I see the runtime for Return of the King when it came up on Netflix, I was like, what?
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
I know, but the extended
No.
edition's like
No,
4.5. Like, it's so long.
No,
Oh, I
I-
love them.
I'm not watching them.
So-
3.5 hours.
They're not.
No chance.
Don't feel that
3.5
long though.
hours.
They don't feel that long.
I know, but that's 3.5 hours of the day.
Can you imagine a film came out that length now though?
That happens.
I know.
3.5 hours? No,
Is it extended edition that's on Netflix? No, or is it just normal?
I don't know. I just
It wouldn't,
No,
be,
that's
it
just
wouldn't
Nora.
be because you need to get DVDs for
I think
extended
that's
edition.
Red does.
I don't know.
Um,
Quick
Oh
question.
no, well. Do you know? I think it says different online, but on Netflix it says 3.5 hours.
Return.
I'm
of
certain
the-
the normal version's 3.5 because I've looked before.
Yeah, 3 hours and 20 minutes.
3 hours, 2 minutes, yeah.
But you know, like 20 minutes of that is trailers. So it's only 3 hours.
Ah,
Not trailers.
credits.
Credits.
Imagine if we put trailers at the start.
Trailers.
Peter Jackson was like, I'm getting my money's worth with these lot.
Okay, before we go, what's the films that you've seen the most in the cinema?
Mamma Mia.
How many times?
7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine is my record is 4 with Force Awakens.
Mine's is 4, but it was Infinity War.
Oh, get on my level.
You've seen Infinity War 4 times?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Infinity War this year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How did you see it?
I just went to see it with different people.
That's
Yeah.
me with Mamma Mia.
Yeah. Cool, that's good. What other ones? You've seen multiple times in the cinema?
We saw Jungle Book 4 times.
God almighty.
Oh, so we did.
And
I saw it twice.
I saw Force Awakens 4 times.
I've seen Force Awakens 4 times.
I've seen Star is Born 3 times.
I haven't seen it once
I've
yet.
seen it once.
I'll come with you. I'll
I
make
saw-
it 4.
I saw Spider-Man Homecoming twice.
Uh-huh.
I saw Last Jedi twice. I saw Rogue One twice. I saw
I saw Rogue One twice. I went
I've
once
seen
and I-
Halloween twice.
the new one.
Really? Wow.
What a theme song!
I saw It
I think I've seen it twice. 3 times maybe?
2 or 3 times.
Did I see it with you one time?
I don't know. I saw it in Oban and I saw it in Glasgow.
I went with Ross and Michelle one time and maybe Becca, and then I went with
Oh,
I went
No, that
with
was
I went with
another
like
time.
Craig and Jenny and
big
Neve
group.
and
Oh yeah, I was there, was I not?
Yeah.
Rogue One?
no. He's not
No,
what he's talking about.
Alright, no,
I bet you were there.
not for I only saw it once. With Neve.
I think I saw
I didn't see
Twilight a few times in the cinema. Twilight is another one
Twilight's
that
another one.
I've seen
I've seen Newman.
just a disgusting amount of times.
I've not seen them.
Newman's the
Because
only one of them that I've seen in
when
the cinema.
when Twilight came out, I just read the book because my mum gave it to me. I just read it and I was like, this is beautiful.
You make that face as well.
Yeah, like me and Erin, it was like me and Erin and all of our friends were like obsessed with it. Literally, I see the way I was with friends, where I'd come home from school, put the DVD on with friends, and just watch that. That was me with Twilight. I have seen Twilight on loop. Me and Erin watched it the other day, and I could do the full fucking film for you.
Yeah.
That and Hairspray.
Here's Fraser one. High School Musical. The three of
High
us
School
sat here
Musical.
and recited loads of songs for episode 30.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Your full performance at the end.
I've got a video.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
Must have
Quick-
seen all of them.
Good few times.
4 or
I've only
5
seen the
times.
third one maybe 3 times. I've seen 1 and 2 a good double figures.
Two. I've seen two the most.
Quick fire round. Still game. Watched the whole season a million times. Family Guy.
No, family. Yeah.
Um,
Simpsons. The Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Like OG Simpsons, like Simpsons coming out like
I'm going through them now.
2005, 2010.
Oh no, God, you need to go back earlier than that.
I don't know.
Season, you mean like seasons? Season 1.
I don't know. I was watching them recently.
I'm on season 4 now.
Talk about The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Like
From like 2000 to...
I got my wrong years. Fuck me.
The first season came out in 1982. I
Yeah.
think, which is so long ago you don't even imagine.
I got so confused with years because of my just so old.
Best episodes are probably from like 97 to...
People say it's like season
Danny used
3 onwards, season 3, season 8.
Danny
It's
used to
like
get the
peak.
video, like a video with like a bunch of random episodes every single Christmas. So there's some episodes that I've seen
I love The Simpsons.
so many times because I'd be like, oh, video.
Yeah.
Did you have any videos like videos you watched so many times that the video doesn't work anymore?
A couple.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
like it's not like you're watching videos now because you've got DVDs.
Yeah.
But I remember I've absolutely fucked my copy of Annie, the musical,
Right.
and I also ruined my copy of George of the Jungle.
George Jungle.
Jungle.
Belter.
so many
Stuart
times.
Little.
Oh, Stuart
That's a
Little.
belter.
Didn't
Stuart
have that
Little.
on DVD video.
Yeah.
The little vampire. Oh,
I had George of the Jungle. It was...
so
I
good.
had recorded
What a
it on
film.
a spare tape.
Oh,
I used to have loads and loads of
No.
spare tapes
yeah, same.
with things that were recorded
Do
in
you know
it.
what's
I never
one-
know which...
I made my own.
One we had on a spare tape was a version of Alice in Wonderland. It was a TV version of Alice in Wonderland and it had Gene Wilder in it. And it was... It's just so good. So good. I feel like I've spoken about it on this before. In 1999,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
one.
yeah. Weird.
With Tina Majorino in it. But it's got like Whoopi Goldberg, Robbie Coltrane, Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, weird. It was a,
Like
it's a weird one.
What a cast. Martin Short, Gene Wilder, George Wendt, what the fuck his name is? Ken Dodd. Ken Dodd is Mr.
Ken
Mount.
Dodd.
So fun. What Sheila Hancock. Wow, my mind's being blown right now. Liz Smith, What a Woman. Elizabeth Spriggs too, yeah. But Joanna Lumley. Crazy.
Oh wow.
Crazy times. This is just such a good film.
Just reading out the cast.
Yeah, it's a strange one.
Oh, Gene Wilder though as the Mock Turtle is just...
Do you know what I want to watch again?
What?
Young Frankenstein.
Mm.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
That's a good film.
That was a
I
good
love
film.
Gene
yeah.
Wilder. R.I.P. God bless.
Rush Hour Trilogy. Forgot to mention that one. That's one
Oh.
I've seen loads of
Oh.
times. Rush Hour Trilogy. But yeah, I think that's
Wow.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go. Episode 50 in the books, out of sight and out of mind. The films I've watched recently. Schindler's List for the first time ever.
Oh, really?
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Not cheerful in any way.
No. Long.
Long, but it didn't feel that long actually.
Not too long.
Liam Neeson's amazing in that film.
Yeah. Good film.
And I watched a film called In Bruges.
Oh yeah, you're telling me.
Great.
Oh my
Film.
god, I had never heard of it in my life. It was on my movie poster I got for my birthday.
Same guys. 3 billboards.
Yeah, Mark McDonough and Behind in
In
Spokane.
Spokane. And
With the Colin-
Lieutenant of Finish More.
with Colin Firth and Brendan
Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson and Ralph Fiennes. So oh my god, it was so good.
Ray.
Rafe.
I know, I was
Is it
saying
not Ralph?
No, it's not. It's not Ralph.
No?
No, my mind was blown because I remember Brody talking once, and he's like, "Yeah, Riffra," and I was like,
Riffan!
I was like, "Why are you saying it's Ralph?"
Look
And
at
he
the
was
way
like,
it's spelled.
he was like, "No, it's not Leanna." I'm like, I beg to differ, LPH. But no, it's not Ralph.
LP8, I was saying his name.
To Brody.
L Brody. LPH. Right, so there we go. Yeah. So thanks, guys, for joining us. Thank you to all of you for listening to 50 plus episodes. It's been amazing. You just kissed the mic. I can't do anything with it later on now. Gutted. Yeah. No, this has been good. This has been lovely, and we'll be back. I want to do a Christmas one. I want to do another Christmas one before the end of the year. But then once we start the new year, YouTube going crazy, podcast going wild. It's going to be really good.
Wow, I can't wait to go to the Western with you.
Yeah, want to tell the folk about the lovely man you met in WH Smith earlier?
Tiki Max.
Tiki Max,
Oh,
the handsome
no,
man.
I'm saving him for me.
Pretty
Okay.
boy.
Okay, pretty boy.
Yeah.
He cheered Leanne up earlier.
Yeah, I was having a very bad day. Then I saw a pretty boy in TK Maxx, and he served me and he flirted, and I was like, "Do you know what? Today's a good day to be Leanne."
It is indeed. Okay, ladies and gents, thank you very much for listening and for watching on YouTube. You can get us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at The Good Bit Pod. And you can get YouTube video exclusives on CM42 TV on YouTube. Until next time, folks, thank you very much for watching. I have been the face that runs this damn place for 50 episodes. Christopher Moffat, along with Sexy Nips Leanne McMaster and Dire Beethoven Ewan Ferguson. Until next time, thanks for watching. This is episode 50.
Recognize.
Brah, brah.
Recognize.